Like and subscribe right now, or this will be in your bed tonight. Honey, download affiliate link in the description. Honey is a free browser add-on that can save you money online when you shop. It is free and is available for pretty much all browsers and can be installed in 2 clicks. Honey automatically finds and applies the best coupon codes online, so you don't have to waste your precious time. Honey has saved its customers millions, so add Honey to your browser today and start saving money. Who does not like free money from all the savings you will make? Download Honey today with the affiliate link in the description below. Hello and welcome back to ProRevenge. Before we start, please scroll down and click like and subscribe for more videos. This will also really help me out. Thanks. I catfished one of my high school teachers because he was bullying me. I was told to post this here. This happened a while ago. Some background. He knew my dad because my dad, a lawyer, had represented his ex-wife several years before in a super bitter divorce. For some reason he took out that frustration on me. He would verbally abuse me in front of the class. If I raised my hand to answer a question, he would roll his eyes before calling on me and loudly say to the class, "Listen to what Op says. That way you will know what the wrong answers are." He would criticize my work, make comments about how I'll never amount to much because obviously I have a learning disability I don't. He was just being a prick. I would often get marked down for penmanship, but after asking some classmates, apparently I was the only one being graded on that. I know history wasn't my best subject, but the way I was being treated was totally uncalled for. I began to have anxiety to go to that class. I would dread it all day. My friends would even mention casually, "Yeah, Mr. Smith really doesn't like Opus. What did you do to him, bro? Haha." My dad was pissed that he was obviously being biased towards me for something I had nothing to do with. Dad made noise and tried to get me moved into another class, but the district and school were over capacity as it was. I couldn't move classes without displacing another student, and the school didn't think that would be fair to the other student. But it's fair to me to let this keep going on because you can't move me, WTF. Now, my dad never discussed details of his cases, but I had overheard him angrily telling my mom, after our meeting with the principal, that he doesn't like that I'm in that fucking pedophiles class. An idea was planted in my head, and it started to grow. I devised a plan. I gathered social media pics of a girl who was underage and went to another school and made some profiles on Kik and WhatsApp using a Google Voice number from our city. I changed her name for obvious reasons. Once I had him hooked on the made-up 17-year-old girl, I sent all the chat logs and pics he sent to her to the principal and the school district main office using every email address I could find on the school district website and social media pages. Within 3 days of the emails being sent, we had a sub. All we were told was that Mr. Smith had to take some time off due to personal issues. I still don't know what happened to him after that. I graduated about 3 months after he was put on leave and never heard from or saw him again. I joined the military and left town about 6 months after this all happened and have not returned to that city since. One of my friends, who still lives there, told me a while back he saw him working the deli counter at a grocery store not far from where the high school. I never told a single soul, and nobody knows it was me. The rumor mill went wild about him being a pedophile, but nobody knew I had anything to do with it, even though I benefited the most from his departure. I imagine they tracked the girl down and asked her, but she obviously didn't know him. However, the chat logs from WhatsApp show the girl telling him she was 17 about 3 days before he sent the first of many pictures of his junk. So that was probably enough to at least get him fired and lose his teaching certification. I don't regret it, but I would never go so far on anyone again. I was a bitter, moody teen. But when you're being bullied by someone with authority over you, you have to do what you have to do to survive. Edit. I am a dude. Edit 2. I have been trying to answer all the questions, so here are some answers to the main ones I'm seeing. In the state this all happened in, the age of consent is 16. Legally he could have hooked up with her. I was never looking to get him in legal trouble, just mess with him enough to get him out of my life. That's all. I agree it was messed for me to use her pics. I was 17, and I didn't know any girls I would have been comfortable asking, "Hey, wanna catfish Mr. Smith and ruin his life?" Also, don't tell anyone. I picked her because she went to a different school across town. I had met her at a couple parties and she had a lot of mirror selfies posted on her FB and Insta, and I needed it to feel authentic to him. I only needed 8 to 10 selfies, and another reason I chose her was she was blonde with a slender body type. I was able to find many girls on Reddit who didn't show their face and fit that loose description. I used 223 Gone Wild pics from one user's account when he pushed me for nudes. I told him the girl didn't have any social media because she was into older guys and they don't want anyone to know, so I don't have social media to make them more comfortable. In hindsight, I feel like he should have been suspicious of a 17-year-old girl without social media, so maybe it's a little on him too. Got his cell number from a classmate who had it because he was one of the many assistant coaches for our football team. Most of the team had it because they had all exchanged phone numbers at a retreat the team went on the prior summer. I texted him out of the blue, saying I saw him at a football game our schools had played earlier in the year, and I thought he was cute. He felt out the situation at first, but it was obvious, after I sent the first selfie of hers, that he was hooked. I would only give him a selfie if he really begged for it, and the more he begged, the more flirty I would act. We never sexted. I barely knew at that age what to say anyway. I would describe the vibe I went with as awkwardly forward. Also, I never asked specifically for dick pics. He arrived at that juncture on his own. Caught me off guard when it happened. I texted him using the Google Voice number for a while, then told him my mom read my texts, but didn't know about WhatsApp or how it worked. I didn't even make the whole pitch. He heard that and immediately suggested we message on there, and then encouraged me to delete our regular text convo once we were talking there. To this day I have no idea why my dad called him a pedophile. Maybe his ex-wife told my dad when he was handling her divorce about something he did. The tone I heard him say it in led me to believe that something like this would be worth a shot. Obviously his ex/my dad took him to the cleaners in the divorce settlement, hence what kicked off this whole series of events. Proved racist by his own rules done on phone by a dyslexic. So at my last job in a call center we were informed upon applying that we were an incoming call only center. Day 3 of training it is revealed that no, we have to do outgoing calls on a dialer of the customers of our employer to see if they want a smart meter. Now everyone hate these calls, you hate receiving them, we hate making them. The worst part of them was, because we were connected to the automated dialer everything we said was recorded, both while talking to customers and when waiting for the next response. Now Jerry is a line manager for a bay of callers. Not my manager, not my bay, but Jerry has a habit of trying to do the head of operations job. He would say he would fill in your overtime paperwork for you and forget. His friends would be allowed to take our long respite breaks when I get a 15-minute lunches and chewed out if I'm even a minute late, even though I've still not been given lift access and have to try and with my walking stick conquer 2 flights of stairs. My food in the bathroom in that time, cause God forbid I take a respite break to pee. Found out after that I was actually entitled to a paid hour for lunch and not to make up time for the 15 minutes unpaid like Jerry told me. Jerry is also a lad. There is a lot of lad culture in this call center. Apparently being a lad means banter such as sexist comments and gestures to all the female staff, homophobic and racist jokes, and touching other staff. Most of this gets waved away though cause it's hard to prove. I would like to remind you again that, while this guy is a manager he is not my manager. My manager was cool and let everyone get away with the same amount of shit. Not a lot, but if you wanted to eat fruit at your desk or write limericks on your friend's whiteboard she would turn a blind eye. One day I'm on outgoing calls and like everyone else muting my headset between answers because no customer wants to answer the phone to me telling my friends about my latest drama. I get chewed out by him for having my headset on mute too much on my outgoing calls. Okay. First off, why are you listening to my call logs? That's my manager's job, not yours. Second, one of my friends had been recently chewed out for inappropriate conversation by him in which he suggested her using her mute button when not on the call. Me and Jerry were known nemesis. As a disabled LGBT genderqueer feminist lefty I was basically his polar opposite. We argued a lot and I called him on his bullshit even more. I would regularly get Told I was spending too much time off the phone because of our discussions, but again they would get waved under the table. Enough. Next time he starts I'm not meant to be in outgoing, but I trade with my friend, who didn't knew my plan, but was more than happy to trade off the shit job. I start recording, but leave myself in paperwork mode, so I won't get a call. Then I start replying to him, explaining that if he is going to be racist he should not do it in the workplace, asking him why he thinks it's acceptable to say that all Muslims are terrorists right next to where I was sitting last week until she quit. Only before her, and in fact all the Muslim girls who had been on his team. Then I moved on to the homophobia, asking why he thought it was appropriate to call Harry gay Harry, even though he was the only Harry working there. Why he felt the need to loudly disrespect my trans complained customer calling in, because she had literally been attacked in her own home by one of our engineers, especially during one of my callbacks, and since he didn't have any reason to know about her complaint so as complaints was a different department and once again he was not my manager, so he didn't have reasons to be listening to my calls. At some point we went on to more personal stuff, his habit of grabbing and playing with my hair, him stealing my walking stick and Paul's crutches, playing with them, and leaving them on the other side of the building. But then I went on the warpath about his comments on biology regarding disabled people not being as good at jobs as able-bodied, and chromosomes only possibly being XX or XY. I'm not doing the rant again, but I'm very interested in genetics, so let's just say there was much bringing up of trisomy and Klinefelter and leave it at that. He admitted to everything. Doubled down too, saying that Muslims were inherently evil. Women can't take a compliment. There are only two sexes genetically speaking. Anyone who identifies non-straight and cisgender should be sectioned and everything else he spewed. Now by this time I had been off the available for calls for nearly an hour of my 6-hour shift. My boss notices later and asks what happened, cause I could get fired for that. I suggest she and the head of operations listen to the log. They do. Jerry gets called over to head boss's desk and leaves a lot quieter and very cross. Unfortunately I don't know the exact details of what happened. I was scheduled off for a weekend and had an accident, ended up on medical leave for 6 months, and then had to quit. Sick pay issues. But I do know from other colleagues he left and moved into his parents' house in London about 2 months after our spat. I also know from a mutual acquaintance that he hasn't gotten another job in a call center since, so I call it a win. TL. Doctor not my boss tells me off for not recording private conversations. Gets caught being a racist by recording private conversations. Honey, download affiliate link in the description. Honey is a free browser add-on that can save you money online when you shop. It is free and is available for pretty much all browsers and can be installed in 2 clicks. Honey automatically finds and applies the best coupon codes online, so you don't have to waste your precious time. Honey has saved its customers millions, so add Honey to your browser today and start saving money. Who does not like free money from all the savings you will make? Download Honey today with the affiliate link in the description below. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video. But before you go, please like and subscribe for more. Not many of you at all that watch are subscribed or like the video, and this makes me unsure if I should continue to make more content or not. So if you want more content, please like and subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on any future videos, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also please give me some feedback in the comment section about what I can do better, because not many people comment on my videos, so I have no idea of people's opinions of thoughts about this YouTube channel. So yeah, that's all from me. If you have subscribed and liked the video, please consider sharing the video with your friends. Thanks and bye. I'm still doing daily uploads, so hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.